Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1983 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Kansas City Royals at Royals Stadium. On the mound for the Tigers today is Joaquin Andujar, whose record is 1-4 with a 5.31 ERA. And pitching for the Royals today is Mike Paxton, whose record is 5-16 with a 6.04 ERA. And so I did play a game yesterday, but unfortunately, during the editing process, I lost electricity because of the monsoon season that we are in here. Lucky enough for me to save the game, which we won 5-3, but I wasn't able to produce a video log of it. So let's take a look at the box score from yesterday's game. Tigers won 5-3. We actually scored a run in the first inning on an RBI single from Greg Brock. And I thought, okay, here we go. This is going to be a good game for us as we're facing the last place Royals. So, but unfortunately, the Royals came right back, scored 2, and won in the third. And I was like, this game's over. Although there was no indication, there was no actual moguling. It was just, regular gameplay, as far as I could tell. And then we let Rosie go through 6, despite giving up the 3 runs early, and he ended up pitching an okay game. He gave up 5 hits and 3 walks, which is uncustomary for him. But as soon as we took him out, the team took off. We scored 4 runs. We tied up the ball game in the 7th, and then Glenn Wilson had hit the game. Well, technically it was a game-winning RBI, but it was a ground into a double play. So there's no RBI given, and yet how could there be a game-winning RBI on that? I don't know. I don't understand that statistic. And then Sweet Lou hit his 19th home run in the 9th inning to give us a little cushion, which I thought we were going to need because Roger Weaver walked the first batter, and then we got the next 3 outs. So a solid game all around. We head into today's game, game 2 against the Royals. And, whenever I start off a series, I do like to show the team page, which I did yesterday, but, the game wasn't available. So you'll see here that they are suffering one major injury. That's Willie Wilson. He's out for the rest of the year. The center fielder was having another great season, batting .300 when he got injured, I guess way back in May. And he's done for the year. So that's the only injury of note. You see their top prospects here. A couple outfielders, Darren Reed and DJ Dozier, played in the NFL, I believe, for the Falcons. And Webster Garrison, couldn't tell you much about him. You see, they have some major players whose contracts are expiring, including Willie Mays Aikens and last year's batting champ, Rance Mulliniks, batted .320 last year. Not doing so well this year. And you can take a look at their overall stats here. Dennis Leonard, who pitched yesterday, is by far their ace, although he has fallen to number 3 in their rotation. Who's number 1 in the rotation? It's Jerry Uger, who we traded over there for George Brett. So Uger's taken over the top spot. Also, one of the things we missed in yesterday's game, which was a kind of a bummer, and I'm not going to do it again today, but we had Dennis Leonard on the mound, right? And so I was saying, look how many band names they have on that team. There was Dennis Leonard Skinnerd, there was Daryl Motley Crew, and then Jeff Conway Twitty came in relief. And I don't think there's any other names in that lineup that would count as band names. But if you can think of one, put it in the comments. I don't know. So we were having fun with that during the game yesterday, but unfortunately, it just wasn't there at the end. So. We will also very quickly take a look at the stadium effects for Royal Stadium. We do this every time we go to a new team because, as you may remember, I created my own mathematical equation to calculate the stadium effects for each team. And if you take a look at the effects for Royal Stadium here, you'll see that left-handers 21% less likely to hit a home run in this stadium, although Sweet Lou did get one yesterday. Home runs by right-handers, just 10% less likely. Hits by lefties, right around average. Hits by righties, up 10%. Doubles, right around average. Triples up 64%. 64% more likely in this stadium. Strikeouts are 24% less likely. Double plays are up a few digits there. And errors are more likely, 26% more so in this stadium. So the overall park factor is 101. So just about average with every other stadium when you factor everything out. But there you go. That is the stadium effects for this team. So because of the home runs from both sides of the plate being lower, we can take a look at their stadium, their standings here, and look over it. You can see that they are the second worst home run hitting team in the league, with a team ERA that is third worst, only behind Minnesota and the Blue Jays. So, but they are a good hitting team, batting .272 overall. Okay, I think we've said all we need to say to get to Game 2 of the series. Here we go. There we go. All right, let's get today's game started. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel. I always appreciate that. Thank you so much. We have Joaquin Andujar on the mound having a terrible time as a Tigers starter. The current Royals lineup only has 12 plate appearances against him, so not a lot to go on there. Everyone is available with the exception of George Capizzello, who pitched a couple of innings in relief. He got the win yesterday. And also, Roger Weaver got that save, his 20th of the year. So we're not going to mess around. If Andujar is not pitching well early, especially with a terrible pitcher in Mike Paxton on the mound, we will yank his ass and bring in Tom Filer. Here's our lineup today. Oh, yeah, I forgot the other thing, which was we signed Tony Armas. We slid him off the free agent heap. Terrible ratings. He went 0 for 4 in yesterday's ball game with 3 strikeouts. So we still won the ball game. He is a defensive improvement over anybody else we've had in center field. But he might not be. He might just be there for the paycheck at this point. So we'll see how it goes. We'll give him another start today. Let's do the official Tigers lineup rundown, and you can take a look at Tony Armas when we get to him. Batting leadoff, playing second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting second at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting third at first base is Greg Brock. Batting cleanup at third base is George Brett. Batting fifth and catching is Terry Kennedy. Batting sixth in right field is Glenn Wilson. Batting seventh in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting eighth and DHing is Mickey Hatcher. And batting ninth in center field for the Tigers is Tony Armas. Take a look at his numbers there. You can see this is his second appearance this year. He hasn't played in the majors since we had him. He came over in a trade. We sent Rick Russell and Carlton Fisk over to the A's. And we got back Tony Armas and Ricky Henderson. You might remember him. But as you can see, Armas didn't do much for us, batted 187. The only reason I picked him up is because he is pretty decent defensively, and he does have power. Maybe he can run into one or two for us here down the stretch. If not, we didn't waste a lot of money. Let's take a look at Mike Paxton, the worst pitcher in the American League at the moment, making his 24th start, 5-16, with a 6.04 ERA. Wow. What is that? 11 more walks than strikeouts. Opponents are batting .286 against him. He does have 4 complete games. His fastball tops out at 89 miles an hour. His ground ball percent is 41.3%. He's got 3 pitches. All of them are terrible. None of them are average or better. And yet, somehow, he is overall rated an 80. And the Royals are on the hook for him for one more year after this year. The 29-year-old righty goes to free agency next season. And he was out of baseball by the 1982 year, so he's playing on borrowed time right now. He's lost 30 games in the last 2 seasons. Terrible pitcher. Let's take a look at the defense here. For the Royals, is there anything different? They got this Detherage guy in right field. He's not the normal right fielder for them. It's normally Bob Baylor, but Bob Baylor's at third base for Darryl Motley. Look, he's got a below average rating at third, but this is his first third base game of the season. He did get 9 games at third base for Toronto, so it's not totally out of character for him to play third base. It's been 4 years. But you see the rest of the layout of the defense there with Don Slaught behind the plate and his 80 rated arm. Okay, here's Sweet Lou leading off. I feel like I should lay down a bunt and test the third baseman, Baylor, already. But we're going to let Whitaker swing away. Oh, it's a ground ball right to Baylor at third. And, of course, he makes it. He makes the play. All right, so 1 down. Next up is Trammell. Trammell popping it up on the infield. Looks like the shortstop Mulliniks will make the catch on the outfield grass. 2 quick outs for Mike Paxton. Here's Greg Brock. And Brock hits a ground ball to second. So the Tigers can't even get on base versus the worst pitcher in the game. We go to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the Royals lineup for today. Batting leadoff, playing second base, is Dave Chalk. Batting second at shortstop is Rance Mulliniks. Batting third and catching is Don Slaught. Batting cleanup and DHing is Willie Mays Aikens. Batting fifth in left field is Butch Davis. Batting sixth in right field is Bob Detherage. Batting seventh at first base is Pete LaCock. Batting eighth in center field, is Pat Sheridan. And batting ninth, playing third base, is Bob Baylor. Let's take a look at Joaquin Andujar. Hey, guess what? He sucks. This is his 13th start. He's 1-4 with a 5.31 ERA. He's got one more strikeout than walk. I guess technically he's in tune with his overall season. Opponents are batting .270 against him in the Tigers uniform. No complete games. He hasn't even gotten close, I don't think. His fastball tops out at 86 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 45.4%. He does have a fastball rated decently at 86. A couple other pitches that he tosses in. Overall, he is rated an 84. The 30-year-old righty is a free agency at the end of the year, and we will let him go. Taking a look at his log, he did go 6 1/3 innings in his last start, which was pretty decent. Gave up 1 run on 4 hits and a walk. And then the 2 previous starts before that were terrible. He's only got 1 win in a Tiger uniform, and that was like almost a month ago in baseball season time. So we expect nothing from him. And as I mentioned, Tom Filer, he's already warming up in the bullpen. Take a look at the Tigers' defense. Tony Armas out there in center field. And Dave Chalk leading off against Joaquin Andujar. A ground ball to Trammell. And Andujar's got his first out. There's 1 down. Here's Rance Mulliniks. Mulliniks, look at that, 150 points worse than last year with his OPS. Went from 320 to 256. So 320, that's not who he really is. As Mulliniks pops it up behind second base. 2 down. Of course, This picture is Kauffman Stadium, which was formerly known as Royal Stadium. It's the same stadium, right? Maybe a little bit more technology in that stadium, but this photograph looks pretty cool. Very colorful. As Don Slaught steps in and a ground ball to third. Brett, who made an error yesterday in his home park, grounds out. So we go to the top of the second inning. Here is Brett leading off against Mike Paxton, former teammate. A ground ball base hit past Mulliniks into left field. Leadoff man is on. I would like to hit and run here, but I tend to think with a pitcher this horrible, we should be able to rally on our own. So this is a double play waiting to happen. We're going to give Kennedy a shot here. Hey, a wild pitch from Paxton. Moves him over. Paxton had 13 wild pitches last year. 7 so far this season, including that one. So Brett's in scoring position now for Kennedy. Flying out to center. Brett will tag on his own accord and go to third. So the go-ahead run at first base for Glenn Wilson, who's now leading the team in RBI. We're going to set him up with a sac fly. These outfielders, I mean, I think Pat Sheridan, who's normally left field, has got a pretty good arm. I don't know. Maybe right field is the one place you want to go with it. Wilson, a comebacker to Paxton. Brett's got a hold. And I don't know. That might be a sign of the times here. Oh, Gibby says suck it. A double up against the wall. Do we want to go for 3? Hell yeah, we do. Gibson safe at third with his 7th triple on the season. An RBI trip. Remember, it's plus 64% above average to get a triple in the stadium. And so Gibby standing on third, and a chance for Mickey Hatcher, who's in a terrible slump. He did have a hit in yesterday's game. Flipping it to right. And Hatcher flies out. So we do get on the board on the RBI trip from Gibby. We go to the bottom of the second. Here is Willie Mays Aikens. This guy, maybe more than most, has suffered from the home run drought. He went from 30 to 8. And he's a left-handed batter, so he's the one that's really targeted against. I don't think they pulled the, as he grounds out to second, I don't think they pulled the fence in right field. I'm not sure. Butch Davis grounds out to short. And here's Bob Detherage. What's this walk-up? If your name was Bob Detherage in 2022, what would your walk-up music be? It's got to be like Striper or something. Okay. We go to the top of the third. And here's Tony Armas leading off. As I mentioned, he was 0 for 4 yesterday with 3 strikeouts. Here he hits a ground ball to second. There's one down. We're back to Lou. Lou leading the team with 19 home run. Maybe the only Tiger that's going to get to 20. We only had 2 last year. That was Gibby led the team with 23, and Mickey Hatcher had 20. That's a base hit for Trammell. Do we want to go for 2? We do not, but we are going to try to steal. There's 2 down. What's the percentage? 70%. So either he steals and gets into scoring position for Brock, or Brock will lead off next inning, which I like. So we got 3 lefties coming up. Here we go. Trammell on the go, and he steals second base. Nicely done. 12th stolen base on the season, 12 for 16. He surpassed last year's total. And here's an opportunity for Greg Brock to drive in a run. His average just hanging above 300. It's at 304. He skies it to right center. And Detherage makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Detroit. Here is Pete LaCock. Ground ball to short. 1 out. Next up, Pat Sheridan. He was on the 84 Tigers team that won the World Series. So is he a free agent in this game next year? No, he's not even to arbitration yet. I was just curious, I guess. He was a good fourth outfielder for us. And I kind of remember him having a good arm. I might be wrong. It's just average in this game. I could be wrong about that. Okay, here's Bob Baylor. Former Tiger. Played half a season for us as we were trying to figure out center field, like we're still trying to figure out, as Baylor pops it up at the plate. So we're going to the top of the fourth inning with George Brett leading off. He's 2 for 7 in his career against Paxton, so that must have come when Paxton was on the Indians. There's a blooper to left field. Is that going to fall in? No, it will be caught by the left fielder, Davis. 1 out. Up next is Terry Kennedy. Ground ball to first. We should have 15 runs by now. This is insane. Here's Glenn Wilson. And a ground ball to first. Headed to the bottom of the fourth. Joaquin Andujar only at 24 pitches so far. Dave Chalk leading off. Popping it up on the infield. Whitaker gloves it. 1 down. Rance Mulliniks looking to find his groove. Popping it up to third. 2 quick outs for Andujar. And Don Slaught strikes out looking. 12 up and 12 down for Andujar today. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Gibby Hatcher and Armas due up. And there's a base hit into right field for Gibson. So Gibby's 2 for 2 today. Now we definitely will hit and run with Hatcher. I mean, he's not doing much, but the one thing he can do is make contact. So let's see if we can move Gibson along. And a base hit to left field. I don't think Gibson's going to make it to third. Yeah, he just moves up a bag. So it's first and second, back-to-back singles for the Tigers. Here is Tony Armas. Let's solidify Tony Armas' name in Tiger lore with a big hit right here. Nope. He can't catch up to a 76-mile-an-hour changeup. Now, what if we try to double steal? Something I haven't done much of. I think we got to let Whitaker swing, right? And then maybe if he doesn't come through here, we try a double steal. Here we go. Sweet Lou, first and second, 1 down. There we go. Down the right field line, up against the wall. Can Hatcher score from first? He does. A 1-out, 2-run triple from Sweet Lou. Second triple of the ballgame for the Tigers, and his second on the season. So Lou driving in 2. All right, now we want Trammell to just get into the outfield. That'll do it. There's a base hit up the middle into center field. Whitaker scores, and Trammell's got a ribby. 4-0 Detroit. Still only 1 out for Greg Brock. And Brock goes back through the box for a base hit. Trammell, maybe he had to wait and see if that ball was going to be played or not. So he holds at second. For George Brett, we would love Brett to hit one deep here on his old teammate. Give him the what for? Oh, yeah, there we go. A 3-run dong for George Brett. 14th overall. 4th as a Tiger. And the Tigers are up 7-0. I'll take the over on the runs right now. As Kennedy dumps it into left center field for a hit. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 hits in a row, and we only need a double to have a hitting for the cycle in the inning. I don't think that's a thing, but I mean, I'm just saying. Kennedy on first for Glenn Wilson. We're up 7. I mean, normally I'd hit and run with the catcher on first, but we'll keep it moving here. Ground ball up the middle. I'll drink to that. A little day drinking going on over here. Oh, that's the cheap stuff. Okay. 6 hits in a row. And here's Gibby. Gibby has a single and a triple. He needs a double and a home run. And there's a double into the gap. Oh, do we want to send? Yeah, of course we want to send the runner home. Glenn Wilson is safe. And Gibby, what is he, a home run shy of the cycle? That is his 8th double on the year. Tigers are getting right against Mike Paxton, who's yanked from the ball game. For former Tiger Roger Mason, did we trade him over here? He's having a good season as a rookie. 9th appearance, 184 ERA. 16 hits and 14 2/3 is not great. Transactions. Yeah, we did trade him over here for $39. That's not right. I can't remember that exact trade. But that's how he got over there. So let's see if the former Tiger can slow us down a little bit. That's 7 hits in a row. Clearly, with 8 runs in the inning, the mogling is on. We needed this game to feel good about ourselves. Oh, even Hatcher's getting in on it. That's into the gap. Hell yeah, we're going for 3. And Hatcher's got a triple. 10-0 Detroit. 13 hits. The 3rd triple of the day for the Tigers. And that is Hatcher's first triple of the season. There weren't any triples in yesterday's game, despite the 64% above league average. Making up for it today, here's Tony Armas. Now, I would normally just say give us a sac fly, because I don't think this guy's got anything in the tank. But we'll let him take a cut. Why not? 2-2 count. Oh, he does get a piece of it. That's a positive thing. That is the first out in a long time. All right, let's see if Whitaker give us double digits today. Here we go. Nope. Fly ball into right center field. Wait, is that going to fall in? Oh, it's going to carry deep enough for the catch to be made. The Tigers put 9 on the board. Here in the 5th, it's 10-0. We go to the bottom half. Here is Willie Aikens leading off. Aikens batting .251. And Andujar gives up his first. He just had to sit there for a long time. That's the first hit against Andujar. I would like him to get through 5. I don't know what's going to happen here. As Davis pops it up. Play is made by Trammell in shallow left field. 1 down. Next up is Bob Detherage. Striking. Oh, bullshit. I guess it was close. As Andujar walks his first batter. It's 1st and 2nd with 1 down. Pete LaCock up next. Oh, he's not going to make it out of this inning, is he? We have a 10-run lead, so it's not like, I mean, we're a double play away from getting out of this inning, but I think we do have to consider how far we're willing to go. Here's Pat Sheridan with 1 out. A fly ball to right center field. Will Aikens score with a 68 speed? Yeah, that was pretty deep. In fact, Detherage will advance. We'll trade a run for an out. So the no-hitter and the shutout gone here in the 5th. We didn't really think it was going to happen, but it was nice for a moment. And then a ground ball to Lou. And Lou makes the play. So the Royals are on the board. It's 10-1. We go to the top of the 6th. Just look at the in-game stats. Yeah, everybody but Armas getting in on the action. Maybe Armas is just... Oh, I mean, we're going to win yesterday and today's games both. So maybe Armas is good luck out there in center field, but I don't think he's going to get a hit for us. So maybe we just have to go back to Eddie Miller as Trammell grounds out to second. Here's Greg Brock. Brock, 1 for 3 on the day, dumps it into right field, and that's up against the wall for a double. Do we want to get Brock a triple? Everybody gets a triple. Nice. It's like Oprah in here. You get a triple. You get a triple. 4th triple on the season. We're like making up for a whole season's worth of triples. All right. George Brett, next man up. He walks. That makes sense. That was like an intentional walk. Setting up a potential double play with Terry Kennedy. Yep. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. Top of the batting order with Dave Chalk. Chalk 0 for 2 today. Andujar only at 65 pitches as he hits a sharp ground ball to Brett at the hot corner. He tosses him out. 1 out. Here's Rance Mulliniks. He's on an 0 for now. Oh, an error by Trammell. Mulliniks advances to second on the throwing error. Trammell having a good season defensively. I'm not too mad about that. As Don Slaught steps in. He cranks it to center. Come on. Oh, it gets past Armas for an RBI double. It's an unearned run. And that's the 20th double by the catcher, Don Slaught. All right, well, Andujar's day is just about done here. As Aikens pops up high on the infield. I don't know who's going to catch it. I said the first baseman, Brock, catches it. 2 outs. Here's Butch Davis. And Davis dumps it into center. Oh, it will be caught by Armas. It's like Armas' legs haven't worked in 3 years since he played Major League Baseball. We go to the top of the 7th, 10-2. Glenn Wilson leading off. Wilson 1 for 3, and then Gibby's coming up. He just needs a double. No, Gibby needs a home run. That's what he needs, right? As Wilson grounds out to second. Yeah, because he's got a single, a double, and a triple today. That is correct. So he needs a home run for the cycle. That would be exciting, right? Let's see if that can happen. He might get another at-bat after this one if things go his way. Here's Gibby, full count, and he's walked. Come on, boo. Throw it over the plate. Well, we have Gibby on first. We're up 8 runs, so we're going to let Hatcher take a cut. He's got a double today. Oh, no, a triple, actually. Oh, he lines out to third. Gibby gets back. And here's the only Tiger not to have a hit today. It's Tony Armas. Struck out once. A ground ball to third, and that'll do it. So Baylor playing flawless third base today. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Let's see if Andujar can get Detherage out. There we go. Striking him out. There we go. He's only got 79 pitches. Why waste the bullpen? Oh, there's a base hit for LaCock. So he's 1 for 2 with a walk. Let's see if Sheridan can hit a double play here for us. Popping it up near home plate in fair territory. Caught. Oh, it says foul. 2 outs. Next up is Bob Baylor, 0 for 2 today. Wow. That ball was so far off the plate. Third K for Andujar. We're going to the top of the 8th inning with Sweet Lou leading off. Lou looking for his 20th home run. Hits a ground ball to short. There's 1 out. There's Alan Trammell. Trammell ground ball to second. Roger Mason pitching pretty good. 3 to third innings, only giving up 2 hits and 2 walks. And the Brock Ness Monster lines out to center. So Gibby is the 4th batter up. Someone's going to have to get on base in order for Gibby to get one more shot at it. Dave Chalk leading off. A comebacker to Andujar. 1 out. Here's Rance Mulliniks. He's 0 for 3. And a walk. This is the last batter. It's a righty-on-righty situation. With Don Slaught up. There's a ground ball to Trammell. Turn 2. Oh, wow. Do we dare let Andujar try to close this game out? I think we have to consider it. Okay, Roger Mason at 62 pitches. Here is George Brett leading off. We need someone to get on base. Brett has got a home run today, a 3-run shot. Grounding out to first, 1 down. Terry Kennedy, a ground ball to short. And it's going to be up to Glenn Wilson. We need Wilson to get on base for Gibby. 1-1 count. Oh, a comebacker to Mason. And Gibby's left in the on-deck circle. He's the player of the game, though. 3 for 3 and a walk today. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Andujar's at 99 pitches. And we have 4, 5, and 6 due up. 2 righties. So let's see if he can get it done. We don't want to ruin his game, though. As he walks the leadoff man. That's okay. He's slow. It's righty on righty here. Let's see if we can get a double play out of this. A ground ball to short. Let's get 2. Oh, no. Come on. That's Trammell's second error. So they're definitely manufacturing some runs here. Well, we're not going to get a double play on Davis. Last batter. He strikes him out. All right, let's bring in a left-hander. We're going to bring in Dave Rucker. Not a safe situation here, but we like Dave Rucker in these types of situations. He's 5-5 on the year. 39 Ks in 42 innings pitched. Supposed to bring 208, 7 saves, 3 TBs, and you know the rest already. Except for maybe if you're just checking in for the first time in a while, his overall rating jumped up to a 90 after his injury, his 5-day rest for an injury there. And he's come back with a really high rating. So Pete LaCock with a 194 batting average versus lefties. His first man up, and he walks. Another really tight strike zone from the ump. Bases are loaded for Pat Sheridan. I mean, one swing of the bat could make the game interesting. A base hit makes it 10-3. Bob Baylor, 310 hitter versus right-handers. That's a ground ball to first. And a double play to end the ball game. Tigers win 10-3. Handshakes, butt slaps, sloppy steaks. Sloppy barbecue in Kansas City. All right, so we've won 2 in a row. This one was decidedly in our favor. And we're still 4 games back. So we have not been able to gain here on the Yankees, or Boston for that matter. Kansas City drops to 18 back. They're in a 5-game losing streak. Wow, Minnesota's lost 9 in a row, and Oaktown has won 6 in a row. They're 2.5 back. This is a tough team. We're going to face them next after this series. Let's take a look at the headline news. Tigers win on Andujar's pitching. Almost had a complete game. I don't know if they won on Andujar's pitching. We scored 10 runs. Lou Whitaker went 1 for 5 with a triple. George Brett went 2 for 4. Not even mentioning his home run. Okay, let's take a look at transactions. Some things are happening here. There's the Tony Armas signing. And then, yeah, you didn't see that from yesterday, but Kim Allen got his 300th career stolen base in just the 4 seasons that we have been simming. Dave Campbell, a reliever for the Expos, was injured yesterday for 104, so he's done for the season. 11-1 in relief, by the way, which is pretty impressive. Kevin Mitchell was injured for 2 days. He's going to be out for just 1 more day. No big deal there. Leon Roberts got injured yesterday. 24 days. Having a pretty solid year for the Rangers. And finally, Raleigh Fingers retires. He was a free agent, and he had a pretty good season last year for the Padres. But he couldn't find a job, and he decided to hang up his mustache wax. Okay, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and or subscribe to the channel. Is sending James, your package is on the way of your 1983 Detroit Tigers season replay orange parallel team set cards. So those will be shipped out momentarily. So the player of the game is absolutely going to be Kirk Gibson. Honorable mention to George Brett getting 3 ribbies today. Wow, when are you going to see the Tigers get 4 triples in a ball game? Gibby had a double, almost hit for the cycle. George Brett hit the home run. Joaquin Andujar gets the 2nd win as a Tiger, going 8 1/3 innings pitched. Dave Rucker comes in and does his gerb. All right, that's going to do it. We're going to come back tomorrow with Game 3 of the 3-game series. Until then, everyone, have a great night.